My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. We are ready after the preparations we made at the end of the last episode to try and head our way over to, and hopefully directly through, the mountain.
The mountain waits, casting its shadow over all the land.
Positive relationships, positive relationships. Oh? Suspicious.
Narrowed eyes, muttered threats. All trust is lost.
Oh no. Okay, if I use pistol shot on Dismas, it makes Boudica taunt, but also vulnerable. And same for Boudica if she uses Bloodlust. Well, positive. Oh.
While the heart still beats, desire will never die.
I didn't know the healing was about that zaddy life. Rampart gives 10% heal to Boudica. Oh, and Wicked Hack is giving a 10% heal to the Barristan. But one of the great reasons to have our frontliners in some kind of relationship with one another, this one particularly amorous, apparently.
At last, the great ziggurat, temple of failure and regret.
All right. Oh god, is this just gonna be one long shot right into the boss? And oh gosh. Yep. Oh no, that's definitely an interactable there. Oblivion's Ingress. Okay, looks like we all want to fight him. Who needs to form better relationships with other people? Audrey. So definitely duelist advancing here. I mean, I'd love to try and take out the evangelist relatively early. Deacon's blinded, sick. That's because of the bright light. One can only imagine. Come on. Nice. Light connects. Altar of Denial and a Bone Weaving there, but thankfully I get to follow up with a Iron Swan to the altar in the back line. 7 damage dealt. Also set up combo on them. I'm your shield, fear nothing by my side. The altar in the back line needs to take one more instance of damage and then we'll be set. Moving the evangelist back?
Observe the subject carefully, and
How
you
useful.
will discover its weaknesses.
Ah, that's very useful. It would put them to the position where they can only rush forward. They've only got... Oh, they've got a 40% chance to resist the move, though. And I don't want to move Boudica out of the front position at the moment, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to throw an attack. Dismas dodges and responds, setting up a combo on the target. Yeah, so I don't know how that combo is constantly being set up on the target. It seems like if we riposte an enemy, we have a possibility of adding combo to them. It's not...
Let us take a closer look at the thing, as repulsive as it is.
Yeah, it's not that the enemy gives that to themselves. I'm not exactly certain how this is working. Okay, the altar needs to die. Unfortunately, it's stealthed, so I don't have the capability of making it die right now. Let's blight the heck out of this deacon. 5 turns of 4. I do want to use Bloodlust. Actually, Bloodlust would force a taunt on Dismas, which is actually kind of sick. Bloodlust would also increase Boudica's damage right now. Oh, but I could Yorp first and then blood. Yeah. I'm gonna Yorp on. Unfortunately, the debuff was resisted by Deacon. That's 2 stacks of weak that Deacon managed to avoid there. Also, it looks like Dismas resisted. Wild. Oh, no, wait. Never mind. We didn't use the move that Dismas needed to resist. Oops, oops, oops. Let's... throw a giant hit against the Deacon. Flesh Weaving for regen on that character. A lot of regen, in fact.
This is no time to falter.
Yeah, now it's definitely time to start using Rampart. A solid crit, and it heals up Boudica. Unfortunately, the enemy is stealthed. Take out Deacon to the back line, deal that death blow. Someone had to. Let's... Oh no, I can't use a tracking shot on their frontliner, unfortunately. Yeah, the altar doesn't have death blow resist, so I don't need to do anything about that. I'm gonna take aim, set myself up for the ability to crit. I'm gonna get Barrison to roll another Rampart for more health here, and then I'm going to use Bloodlust finally. Try and attack my third line. Bet you can't. Got him. They couldn't. Oh gosh. Why must you be so stealth? Actually causing a real nightmare for me, buddy. Use a duelist advance to try and set up a character that if you hit, you will still take damage. Remove another corpse, and in doing so, a little bit of stress. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Oh, I literally have nothing I can use except for Bloodlust from this position. That sets up another taunt on the character, but unfortunately it also sets up vulnerability. I don't want to set up if I can avoid it. Boudica can only move forward, is only capable of moving forward. I think I'm just going to have to be okay with that. I'm going to roll to try and daze the enemy. Unfortunately, it doesn't manage to. Got the yips. Ooh. Solid crit, and I actually do manage to get the blight on him. I'm going to duelistly advance for 14 damage as well as that crit, and then the enemy is forced to attack the unit that can respond to them.
Cleared with impunity.
Sick. Reasonable fight. I don't like that Boudica has ended it on 4 stress, but
A spark.
it'll have to do. The hard-earned kill. What a rush. How many battles are there along the road here? I fear that it's just straight to the boss after this.
Gateway to incomprehensible emptiness.
Yeah. That's gonna make this seem like a short episode. I think I may end up running into the next run. Let's see how it goes.
Chained by its own command.
Denial of arms. Okay, so none of us can use melee attacks this round. Pistol shot would give Boudica the taunt. I could also use take aim and then duelist advance next round. I could put a combo charge on a target. Okay, they all have 61 health. They've got different resistances each. I don't
Observe the subject carefully.
happened. Ooh, Denial of Arms is Latch of Regrets ability. I would like to have the ability to use my typical attacks. But I can't tracking shot the frontline target, unfortunately. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna set up take aim. I like that buff moves are actually worth doing. It's nice. Lowest blight resist exists on the enemy frontline target.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
Ooh. Set up some crippling doubt on us, unfortunately. I'm going to increase the torch, chance of blinding the enemies, as well as extra death blow resist on us. And then I'm going to defend one of our more fragile characters. Also, it looks like Barristan's got a second turn this round. Okay, I'm going to Yorp at the enemies with Boudica, and then I'm going to Bloodlust next round, probably. Unfortunately, I only managed to debuff one of them. And we got weakened. Absolutely weakened. I don't think I can guard 2 units at once. Yeah, I can't. Did just want to confirm that, I guess. Oh, you stunned her? How dare you? Then Barristan gets another turn to do nothing now? Gosh. I can remove Weaken from the target. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna remove the weakness from Boudica with my bolster. Denial of Fortitude. No healing skills or items, that makes sense. Smelling Salts, I can use this to remove stun from a target and give them dodge, so let's give Audrey the ability to actually attack. Dismas, it's definitely time for you to set up your... Oh! Big crit. Set up your riposte, considering the enemies like to attack all of us at once. Let's try and continue blighting up the... 10% resist and they managed, how dare they? Let it run like a river. I'm going to remove Winded from myself. Unfortunately, this does taunt up Dismas, but also Dismas does want to be attacked right now. Because they respond with a crit. Boudica doesn't really need the heal right now. I kind of want her to remain in position 1. So I'm just gonna crunch the enemy a bit. Good riposte, good riposte. Denial of reason. No stress healing this turn. That's unfortunate. I probably would have rolled bolster this turn, frankly. Stop resisting it with 10% chance! Maddening. Oh god, Barristan's gonna melt down! Or become resolute. Melt down. Oh no. Yeah, that's a problem. Barristan healed out of that somehow? Not entirely certain what happened there. Using Wicked Hack, however, will heal Barristan. That's exactly what I want to see. Smelling Salts for a target. No, not necessary. 14 damage, Wicked Slice against the target there. That seems good. Glimmer of Hope, still relevant. Setting up a defender actually might be the best HP effects that I can do there. That is to say, for saving HP on our character. Bolt of Lamentation, you know what? I don't want to blight you. I'm just going to hit you for 8 damage directly. This Laudanum's not coming home with me. I'm going to use it to remove some stress from our Grave Robber first, there. Come on, Dismas.
It's time to remove the Bolt of Lamentation.
Unfortunately, that buffs the 2 remaining locks to have extra damage and extra crit. Barristan gets to act twice right now, but the second action is going to put them on the ground. Alright, start working on the Shackle of Despair, and then start of their turn, they hit death's door, they become weak, and... Excuse me? I thought if... Oh, health lock. You cannot use healing skills or items. I thought I was going to just pass and heal there, but absolutely not, of course. That probably just means I need to throw a hit at him. Denial of reason, no stress healing, that's fine. Unfortunately, anti-venom can't be used on a target unless they have blight on them. I didn't think that was the case, but oops, that's going to prevent me from using that to try and heal Barristan. Try and blight up the Shackle of Despair, it's only got 20% resist. What? Oh, yeah, he was guarding. Rude. Gotta work on the Shackle of Despair here, I think. Yeah, 9 to 14, doing 11 damage, pretty sick. I mean, if Dismas goes early enough, never mind. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use the Smelling Salts. At least, not going to be able to use them in time. Gonna completely prevent that from acting. Thank you. Oh, good lord, you crit me for 20. I do manage to get a response on you, but it's less than I might want. Laudanum for a wee bit of stress heal. How's your bleed resist, Padlock of Wasting? As it turns out, it's very high. So I'm just gonna wickedly hack at you.
Fight through the fatigue.
Now with Fortitude, no healing. Unfortunately, Blight... Oh, 50-50, but we do manage to hit it.
Get him, Boudica.
That is how it's done. Cerebral Falter on the corpse? What? I am surprised to see that targeting. Didn't think they would do anything that daft. Alright, wee bit of a pick to the face. Follow up with a death blow.
At last.
Wait, I have to fight the brain now, right?
Free to remember a time before the cancerous corruption.
No? No. Woo!
The flame grows stronger.
Oh, I absolutely could have sworn that we're gonna make us do that. $80 candles. Sick. Wanderer hero goals, did a couple of hero goals, faced our failure, completed compassions, we had some heroes survive to the end, we didn't go to the sluice, and we didn't have a bounty hunter. definitely an appropriate time here, I feel, in order to get some upgrades.
It was you who found the cipher, scribbled hastily in the decaying margins of some long-forgotten tome, scribbled in blood. Whether by providence or happenstance, we stumbled upon the mark of some strange power invoked the world over, reflected in cultures predating mankind itself. A semicircle radiating 5 points of power. A symbol hidden deep in the iconography of every ancient empire.
Oh, sick.
The Iron Crown. Enigmatic and ubiquitous.
I love the imagery of the Iron Crown. I'm glad that we're actually like directly discussing it now that we're in Darkest Dungeon 2, rather than it just constantly being symbology in the first one. Like, it had a good role as symbology in the first one, but like, especially as they kept going through the backstories, and you know, again, I guess that's what Darkest Dungeon 2 focuses on a little bit more, the backstories of the individual characters. But especially as I was reading some of the comics for the backstories of the characters, the representation of the Iron Crown differently in all of those environments was very interesting to me. I'm a big sucker for a very specific kind of trope, and the very specific kind of trope is the interpretation of something similar through multiple different settings, environments, and genres, right? So the idea in general becomes something like, you know, like what's the best way to explain it? Like, if there's a character, right? Like, if you are a DM running a bunch of D&D campaigns, right? And you have a character who you just really like, and they are like an insert to all of you just drop them into all of your campaigns, but you adapt them in such a way, like this is an element, this is an irrepressible element of the universe that has to exist, but of course is modified by the setting. I really, really like that. I had a D&D setting that I was writing for a really long period of time wherein effectively it was kind of like a multiverse, but obviously in the multiverse planes exist already in D&D. Anyway, the TLDR is there were a bunch of locations and a bunch of characters that were very familiar in each different, you know, universe that the characters would warp to, and each of the different universes that they would go to would be a different genre. So each of those would be different genre interpretations of those characters, different setting interpretations of those characters. The first was Victorian Eldritch Horror, of course. That's a pretty good way to get into a multiverse leaping situation. Anyway, there's no multiverse in this. I just really, this is a very specific trope that I like. Intrepid Coast.
Wisdom will help you choose a path. Resourcefulness will ensure you survive it.
Extra wheel and armor points for the stagecoach seem appropriate.
To recall a thing is to make it real once more.
I do kind of want to unlock like a breadth of party members relatively early on. I mean, also like, hey, Vestal. I have no Vestal. They've got like very specific ways of dealing damage in this party at the moment. Bounty Hunter I probably want to leave latest to unlock. Jester, yeah, let's...
Jester, a little more light, a little more strength.
Virtuoso Path. Each ally on turn start has a 15% chance to gain full resistance to stress. For lower resistances on the character, that's cool. I've given so many upgrades to the Grave Robber that I really want to take Deadeye so that I can get
the true splendor of a world, those who live within it.
Much more out of her ranged abilities. What's over in the Timeless Wood? A memory that could be internalized. Dismas, your father's praise. could give you a 20% chance to get stronger at the start of combat, or a second chance. No, we're gonna go with Father's Praise.
When all is lost, we cling to what we can remember.
Okay, increased death blow resistance for the other two characters, but I just don't think that's particularly great for either Audrey or Boudica here, maybe. Ah, there we go, additional choices now. Plus 3% crit to Audrey.
Fleeting impression of flickering light.
5 more for recalling memories, costs 20% fewer candles, no thank you. Okay. Just gonna clear all of the exclamation marks
These
there.
are beaten, broken souls, and yet our fortunes ride with them.
A lower damage but more man-at-arms path. Vestal, what's your first, like, path upgrade? It would cost us 14 to get to. A rank flexible role that specializes in debuffs and token removal. Rank flexible role for party defense. Support for consecrations. Okay, cool. Maybe I want to go with an occultist. So what am I looking at with my parties at the moment, right? Hellion, great frontliner. Grave Robber, very versatile, frankly. Oh, only 2 more in order to give 1 extra speed to the Grave Robber. I think that's probably worth its while. There's a Ravager path here for the Hellion. Would only take 6 more to get to it for plus 20% max HP. If in rank 1, do 25% extra damage, lower bleed resist, and a chance to bleed at the start of the round. I'm gonna do that.
A little more
I want
light,
these different paths they can
more
get.
Strength.
I'm gonna take Virtuoso, and I'm also gonna upgrade the Man-at-Arms to Sergeant. So Sergeant gives the possibility of less likely to be moved themselves, which I guess makes them a worse combination with the Hellion, possibly. But they also give bleed, blight, and burn resist to the party, which Jester is going to have a very low amount of. I do want to unlock the Vestal at least. I don't think I need to get her to the Confessor path just yet, at the absolute least, though. Ritualist path, extra healing given, cursing skills, pierce resists, a 33% chance to become vulnerable on turn start. I'm gonna take the Occultist with the Ritualist upgrade. And then I think I'm gonna spend my final 4 in the working fields
is to make it real once more.
to gain a stagecoach item, a combat item, and a trinket.
A welcome advancement in the science of survival.
Neat. Apply combo to the people that hit me.
Instruments will help us diagnose the world's affliction.
Shuffle the enemy party
and
seems sick.
overcome it.
Stagecoach item.
A drop of sanity in a sea of madness.
Steel plating so I can actually make my way through the area. All of that seems really good. A severed finger for the Jester. I'm not going to read every individual thing. We could be here literally forever. We'll encounter them when we encounter them. Hey, we're about 30 minutes into the episode. I think we have just enough time.
Passenger.
Do we have just enough time? My concern here is only that I want to split up each individual, like, full runs by episode limits. So that it's possible to just go to the next run. No, this is a full campaign. I'm just continuing. I reserve the right to change my mind about that in the future at some point. I hope this doesn't result in having, like, you know, a 5-hour episode or something like that. That's gonna be difficult to record much of. Which confession you choose also determines the final boss you face in the mountain, and also changes how long the expedition is, which enemies can get, what buffs enemies can get via ordainment, flame effects, and more.
Indistinct and ill-lighted. No comfort awaits you here.
Time for us to head to Resentment. Also, on the Denial confession, you do not require a trophy to enter the mountain, but for all other confessions, you need to collect at least one trophy by defeating a region boss. They live in lairs. If you go to the mountain without a trophy in your expedition, the expedition is over, but you'll still score Candles of Hope. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Reasonable way, I guess, to duck out.
Your vociferous calls to bring our findings before the faculty were dangerously premature. Given the gaps in our understanding, doing so would risk ridicule, or worse, robbery. I took no pleasure in asserting my seniority, stifling your protestations with a strict mandate of absolute secrecy. You acquiesced, but your plaintive susurrations betrayed a burgeoning resentment. The crossroads. Who will step forward into the light?
Let's see. Oh, yep, they have multiple potential paths, which are specializations. They have wildly different strengths and different, strengths and not strengths. Okay. Definitely taking the Deadeye Grave Robber. You're coming along.
Avarice slips unseen into the catacombs of the mind.
Let's have a look at some of the abilities. Ooh, round start. 5% chance for the occultist to heal someone. Al-Hazred. You're also a fussy eater. Not gonna take any slime mold. Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. Let's have a look at some of the other people here. Sluice Tactician. Extra dodge and extra crit. You're a Gaunt Fearer. Fishfolk Slayer, 5% extra crit against them, and 100% death blow resist rather. Lazy Eye. Samenti has negative 10% damage to ranged skills and negative 5% to the crit on them, but let's have a quick look at your skills, because I'm pretty sure all of them are melee. So the Razor's Wit for moving forward. Ooh, okay, we can set up combo on a target. Let's have a look at some of the upgraded skills. That sets up combo on a target. Oh, if this guy has like a bunch of stuff that sets up combo on target, that's gonna be extremely useful for us. So there's the stress heal in Inspiring Tune as well. Fade to Black is move backwards, blind the target, do a little bit of damage as well. Slice off, bleed any of the middle targets. Battle Ballad. Move my target forward, give them a buff. Upgrades to remove combo from them and give them 15% chance of crit as well. It does seem like I don't need both the Jester and the Man-at-Arms. But the Man-at-Arms...
Tried. More devastating than the horrors of 100 campaigns.
The Man-at-Arms is also kind of why I want the Jester. Because the Man-at-Arms with the Sergeant path doing less damage but giving extra resists to the entire team helps offset the Jester doing something kind of similar. We've already got Deadeye set up on Audrey. Lower move resist, far higher damage, less melee, more range. Who pairs well with this? Like, stress is dealt with. You know what? Healing is not dealt with. It's the occultist or Vestal here, I think. Oh no. I'm currently thinking of putting a unit on the field who is I guess, yeah, you can do everything from that position, Audrey. But my party is going to have such weird HP. Let's look at the Vessel's actual healing abilities. So, Vessel has the ability to give self buffs, sick. Judgment. If I have 2 stacks, it deals extra damage. Good done. Divine Grace. The target has to be below 25% HP in order to heal them. Consecration of Fortitude. That is, grants 50%, grants either dodge or block to the hero in this rank on turn start. Alright, let's have a look at the Occultist instead then. Weird Reconstruction. And this is, they have to be kind of low. Unchecked power empowers certain skills. 33% chance that per token of burn at the start of each round. Interesting. So what? Alzarid wants to burn? So Ritualist gives extra healing. You know what? Yeah.
To know the abyss, one must embrace it.
If I'm honest, it really feels like the Jester doesn't need to be in his party. Based on, you know, the previous things I know about the Jester. Like, it could be, sure, but does it need to be? I have doubts. But I think I'm just gonna run the party. I think one of the worst things that I can try and do in a tactical game is just sit on the start screen and try and solve the entire thing, because oftentimes I then just overload myself and increase the mental scope of the project drastically, rather than just going out, getting a bit more experience, learning more about the game, and then coming back and making a more informed decision.
The valley.
The flame, sacred and sputtering. The last hope for us all.
Okay, if the flame is high, I have low death blow resist, but I give combo to the targets that hit me. We got a bunch of people who can afford that. Chance to stun the enemy as well as shuffle their party. The Virtuoso should hold that. That is to say, the Jester. Almost called them a Wanderer, I guess.
You can feel it. A change in the air.
Wait, you're kidding. 3 leagues? 3 leagues. 2. Wait, what?
You see?
Okay, we could have a battle and then the first in.
The spreading stain.
Alas. Cool. Let's quickly check anyone's goals. Enter the Sprawl, Sluice, Hoarder, and Shroud. At least one of you is going to be disappointed. Let's try and roll a slice off. Cut someone severely. Okay, Barristan. 4 damage to that target. Follow up with a Flashing Dagger. And Abyssal Artillery for the backline here. Ooh, or no, maybe I want to try and Demon's pull the Widow way out of position. We crit and we managed to pull her to the front. That's so much better. So now, pretty much everyone's acting out of position. She has to use a desperate grab in order to try and do anything, and then the enemy's backliners both have to use Filthy Morsel to try and move forward. Everyone's got a combo on them. Oh, that's so good.
For who knows what lurks in the beyond.
Crit the window in the back line, immediately take her out.
Promising development.
The bleed is already enough to take out that lost soul. And the occultist is not going to get to act this round because they've been stunned.
Cooperation is the key.
I'm going to use the combo trigger that this target has to heal Barristan. Now it's just you and me, buddy. And soon, it will just be me. A weakening curse to weaken the target as well as give them a target team clear corpse. Quite interesting. As well as give them combo. Unfortunately, we don't really utilize combo here on Samity. So I'm going to move backwards, setting up blindness on the target as well, and then boom! That combo gives some more health to Barristan again.
Enemy dies.
Sweet reprieve. Until the next test is put before you.
Less death blow resist, but stun resist and move resist up. Especially right now, I think I can put that on a
Push on to
character.
the inn. Rest and resupply await you.
I'm gonna pop that on our occultists so that they don't end up getting pushed forwards or stunned as much. Ooh, got some burn salves there.
Excellent.
The place is a little worse for wear, but familiar nonetheless.
Torch and Crown gives lower positive and negative relationship chances, -1 to stress, and heal to 50%.
The means of mastery.
Oh, of course. We've got very little mastery here, unfortunately. What do I need to focus on heavily? Let's first also check the
Precious
provisioner.
relics remind us of a time before the end.
Iron Brazier. A road item, -33% traveling flame drain. This early on? That could be pretty good. Mop and Bucket. For a single unit, I have a 2/3 chance to clear some stress, 1/3 chance to add stress, but until the next inn, they have possibility of gaining damage or dodge tokens at the start of a turn. I do really like investing in relationships, but the fact that the relationship clears after the first usage of it does slightly dissuade me from that, certainly. Radiant Flame, not taking you. Not this time.
Your coach must be maintained if it is to carry you where you must go.
I don't need to upgrade our armor. I'm just going to let the steel plating do that for me. Realistically, I think I want to upgrade the things that get better when we have... when we have... crit on the target? Combo on the target, rather. Thrown Dagger is certainly an example of that. So is Poison Dart, though. For a DOT, something I don't often have that much access to. Slice Off, after an upgrade, makes the target vulnerable. We do have some big heavy damage dealers here. Sarmenti setting up for a follow-up could be pretty good. Alhazred using Sacrificial Stab on a target that has combo gives them their self-buff token. If they kill a target with it, they also get another self-buff token. Stun targets when we have 2 self-buff tokens. Weakening Curse on a target to remove their crit as well as lower their damage. That seems really good. I am pretty reliant on weird reconstruction. Like, I feel like I've set up a party that is going to be pretty reliant on weird reconstruction, so I should take the heal. Maybe I should take a stress heal as well. Like Barristan's bolster. Barristan's Sergeant Path is changing the bolster to be able to also remove extra effects. Apparently. Seems the same to me, but I'll take that upgrade. Let's have a look at Barristan. Where are you? Sergeant, there we are. Bolster skills, remove vulnerability and weakness, but I could have sworn it already did that. Strangi. This is Strangi. Remove burn from a target, that should probably be on someone who's relatively quick. Let's get the Deadeye to hold it. And then nothing else I really need to do with the Wainwright. I'm already gonna get a armor as I leave this area. So the final thing is the Provisioner, and is basically, do I want to invest in a bunch of whiskey? Let's look at the routes first.
Every road a winding torment. Every turn bent on our destruction.
So extra hoarders and extra hoarder scouting locations for the Shroud. If we do it with no stagecoach item equipped, that's pretty possible for us. And I think the Shroud might have been one of the requirements. Yes, for the Occultist to enter the Shroud. Okay, so what do I think I'm going to be facing in the Shroud? Unfortunately, I don't immediately know. The Fetter seems pretty obvious. There's going to be Blight and Bleed in that area. That makes sense. Rotting meat, sharp tools, etc. The Shroud, I wouldn't be surprised if that was more Blight and Debuff. Based on almost no information at this point in time, so... Do I have anything that I would do differently based on that? Like, I might get the Clotting Poultice and put that on someone if I was going to the other area, but I'm not. So I think because the area I am going to be going to does have 2 hoarders as well, I think I'm going to try and play this safe. I'm going to buy 2 flasks of whiskey. And I am going to try and get 2 of my damage characters in Audrey and Sarmenti to form a solid relationship with one another. I'm gonna take the steel plating off.
Experimentation. Your academic instincts serve you well.
And then I'm gonna head to the Shroud.
The shrouded coast, isolated and drowning in amphibious degeneracy.
I intentionally have unequipped stagecoach items at the moment, friend. And at the start of the next episode, we are going to embark out to the Shroud. But for the moment, my name's Rhapsody, the name of the game? Oh, it's been Darkest Dungeon 2's full release 1.0. Top left is a series playlist for all my content on this game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation down below. Mind, something I haven't said at the end of any of these episodes so far, if you do like the videos, please click like. It does help me get my content out to new people and helps grow the channel and makes me happy and smile on the inside.